I think there's a lot of pressure that's been put on the education system to be the being solely responsible for the upbringing of children. And there's been this kind of responding pressure from parents to say, I want to hold more responsibility in the upbringing of my child, relative compared to institutions. And there's been a big reflection going on about how our institutions educating our children, educating the children of society. And I think that movement to give parents a bigger say has not taken in consideration this new wave of migrants coming to Canada, this new explosion of our population, where that attitude is completely opposite of what much of the rest of the world views education and what most of the rest of the world views upbringing youth. There's very much this feeling of, from much of the global south, that I see that like being a teacher, being a principal is a very highly regarded profession, and they're very well respected in most countries. To now where you're really second guessing, you're questioning, is it the best method? Is this the best method? There's a lot of schools in Canada that were designed to maybe support 15 to 20 English language learners, where now 30, 40, 50% of the school could be English language learners. The schools aren't really in a position to perform their role as educators. And I don't think that putting that increasing pressure on parents who have conflicting priorities there. It's not that these parents are neglectful. These parents are just trying to survive. These parents are just trying to navigate Canada the same way if I was to get up and move to the other part of the world. And to say that you also need to be the sole responsible for helping your children adjust to Canada when you weren't even part of that education system. That education system is completely opposite from much of the world. I think it's putting parents in a very impossible position. And I think lastly for us, and lastly for you, as you work with those youth and as you work with those communities, is really just having an open mind as you approach those young men. There's a lot of young guys that we work with that are from regions like South Sudan, from parts of Somalia where they're 6'1", they're 6'2", they're 15, their voice is deeper than mine, they're looking a little bit mature than me, but just remembering that is still a teenager, that it still has the mind of a teenager. They're very narrow-minded, they're thinking about money, they're thinking about girls, they're thinking about their future, and it's about how do we guide them to that space.